Something isn't adding up. Donald Trump says he wants to protect Christians in Nigeria. But if this was really about Christians, why is his team proposing a U.S. military base, not in the north, but in Port Harcourt, the center of Nigeria's oil empire? Think about that for a second. Boko Haram operates over 1,300 kilometers away, yet they're talking about setting up camp beside oil rigs, refineries, and export terminals. Now ask yourself, is this a mission of mercy or a mission for control? Because the last time America intervened for humanitarian reasons, Iraq lost its oil, Libya lost its leader, and Africa lost another piece of its sovereignty. So what's coming next? You're about to see how a single tweet from Trump's advisor, Walid Phares, revealed the entire plan, a plan that could put U.S. troops right in the middle of the Niger Delta, a plan wrapped in religion, but fueled by oil, geopolitics, and greed. Stay with me, because before this video ends, you'll see exactly who stands to profit, how religion became the perfect cover, and why Africa is once again the stage for another foreign script. Comment right now. Do you believe this is about faith or crude oil? And don't blink, because the next few minutes will change how you see every humanitarian intervention America ever announced. This is Afriscope TV, exposing the hidden hands behind Africa's biggest stories.
A big question has risen. What's the real motive of US President Donald Trump's threat to launch a military operation in Nigeria? Well, Trump said his mission is to stop the alleged persecution of Christians amid widespread insecurity in the West African country. But experts say there is more to it. Now, some US politicians and experts are suggesting the establishment of an emergency US military base in Nigeria's oil-rich region of Niger Delta to tackle alleged massacres of Christians by Boko Haram terrorists. In a social media post on November 2nd, an advisor to Donald Trump and the co-secretary general of the Transatlantic Parliamentary Group, Dr. Walid Phares, claimed that establishing a U.S. base in Port Harcourt, the headquarters of Nigeria's oil-rich resources, will help deter Boko Haram. Port Harcourt, in southern Nigeria, is almost 1,370 kilometers from Maiduguri, the epicenter of Boko Haram violence. This has sparked curiosity. Is it all about alleged Christian persecution or U.S. interests in Nigeria's resources? Apart from oil in the south, Nigeria has vast reserves of critical minerals, including gold, lithium, and cobalt, mainly in northern and central parts of the country, where insecurity is widespread. The Trump administration has never hidden America's hunger for critical minerals outside its shores and is often accused of arm-twisting countries for economic and migration deals. In July, Nigeria rejected pressure from the Trump administration to accept third-country deportees, particularly Venezuelans from the U.S. Back to the alleged Christian persecution in Nigeria, it's widely known that armed groups carry out attacks indiscriminately, targeting Muslims and Christians. This isn't the first time Donald Trump has alleged genocide in an African country. In May, he claimed that the South African government was committing a genocide against white farmers, falsely showing photos from the DRC conflict to visiting President Cyril Ramaphosa in Washington to back his widely discredited claims. There have been tensions between Pretoria and Washington over trade and South Africa's ICC case against the ongoing Israeli war on Gaza. Some analysts say Trump's claims on African countries could also be a tactic to divert attention from the US-backed Israeli genocide against Palestinians in Gaza, which he never admitted.
The Nigerian government has said President Bola Tinubu is ready to meet President Donald Trump to resolve concerns recently raised by the American leader about alleged targeting of the Christian community in Nigeria. According to President Tinubu's spokesperson, Daniel Bwala, the high-level meeting may be held in the coming days, either at the Nigerian State House or at the White House in Washington, D.C. This comes as Abuja said on Sunday, November 2nd, that President Tinubu was well ahead of the orchestrated game unfolding in America. The Nigerian presidency published its response after Trump alleged there was Christian targeting in the West African nation. According to Tinubu's Special Advisor on Information and Strategy, Bayo Onanuga, the head of state had already made strategic interventions to tackle insecurity in Nigeria long before Trump voiced his concerns. Onanuga further said Trump's claim that Tinubu's administration was doing little to protect Christians from attacks by armed groups was therefore inaccurate. The Nigerian president's aide revealed that Tinubu met the military's new chiefs on Thursday, October 30th, and emphasized what Nigerians expect of them. Onanuga said in a statement on X social network that Tinubu cautioned there were no more excuses. Nigerians want results. In his speech to the servicemen, the president reportedly said, "I charge you, as the heads of our nation's armed forces, to be innovative, preemptive, and courageous. Let us stay ahead of those who seek to threaten our peace. Let us deploy technology where necessary." Tinubu's recent sentiments mirror a statement he had made on Saturday after Trump ordered the American military to prepare for deployment to Nigeria. According to Washington, the American forces would tackle terror-related acts targeting the Christian community in Nigeria. Trump, who made his remarks on social media, warned that if American troops attack, it will be fast and vicious. Violence monitoring groups state that there is no evidence indicating that Christians are being targeted more than Muslims during armed attacks in the vast West African nation. President Tinubu also rejected Trump's assertions of faith-based attacks, saying the characterization of Nigeria as religiously intolerant does not reflect our national reality, nor does it take into consideration the consistent and sincere efforts of the government to safeguard freedom of religion and beliefs for all Nigerians. The Nigerian leader added that he was committed to working with the United States government and the international community to deepen understanding and cooperation on protection of communities of all faiths. Nigeria has grappled with persistent insecurity, especially in the country's north, where armed groups have abducted and fatally attacked thousands of people in recent years. Some of the kidnap ordeals are ransom motivated. The Nigerian government says it has made notable efforts to equip its military to decisively deal with these armed groups.
So is Trump's mission about protecting Christians or protecting prophets? The answer lies not in what they say, but in where they go. And right now, all roads lead to oil. History is warning us, from Baghdad to Tripoli, every foreign base starts with help and ends with control. Nigeria must wake up, because whoever controls your energy controls your freedom. Tell me in the comments, do you think this is protection or possession? Hit like if you believe Africa must protect its resources. Subscribe and turn on notifications, because the next episode exposes which U.S. companies are quietly lobbying for Delta access. This is Afriscope TV, exposing the lies, amplifying the truth, and reclaiming Africa's narrative.
Disclaimer. This video is for educational and informational purposes only. Afriscope TV does not promote hate, violence, or misinformation. All content is based on publicly available data and expert commentary. Viewers are encouraged to think critically and verify independently.